Look, I love this community, okay? We're a bunch of nerds that are retro inclined and we are so charming and awesome and cute, and I wouldn't change us for the world. But there's a huge problem because there's a growing divide in our communities, and one that nobody seems to be talking about. I hate this. I hate that there's this divide. By now, you probably know that there are two major types of handhelds out there for us to order. The dumb, usually Linux-driven devices, like the good old Miyoo Mini Plus, which we all love because it's the definition of awesome, and the more powerful types of handhelds that run Android, and these come with more performance and a lot more capabilities. You can run things like PS2 on it, and now apparently even Nintendo Switch, which is just mind-boggling to me. But we shouldn't only boil it down at performance, and quite frankly, I fell prey to this tendency as well. I looked at the performance and I figured which one unlocks more potential for me. But you see, my dear fellow nerds, this is an illusion, this is a lie that we tell ourselves, because more often than not, a little guy like this one can actually give us way more enjoyment than this mother flipper right here, even though the screen is bigger, even though we can say that the experience would be way better. But would it though? Because I can tell you firsthand that a lot of games play better on this thing. This tiny thing usually gives me way more dopamine than that thing over there. So why is this the case exactly? I actually thought long and hard about this, and it comes down to the cute pet syndrome. Imagine you have two pets, right? One is a very nice, efficient, strong black panther that you know has the endurance and the performance to outrun more or less any kind of prey, the prey being emulators. But it's very high maintenance. You'll always feel like you have a second job, a job that requires tinkering, and then you realize that that freaking panther isn't even living up to its full potential because it just requires way too maintenance that you're willing to provide. While this little sucker, this is like a cute, dumb house cat. You just set it up once, you put a food bowl out for it, some scratching posts, and bam, you can be entertained and you can have a sweet, easy life where you can actually enjoy the metaphorical cat. I bet I'm the first freaking YouTuber that compares the Miyoo Mini with a cat. And this doesn't only apply to the Miyoo Mini, this applies to all cheap handhelds that run on Linux. For example, the Anbernic RG35XX H, the horizontal version, which I've ordered by the way, so I expect a review on that very soon. These devices are set it and forget it type of devices, and I would argue that they are the best kind of devices to have in order to scratch that retro itch. Performance does matter, but the question that we should ask ourselves, Android handhelds, are they really what we want? Because in an ideal world where manufacturers listen to us, the peasants, the stupid people, right now they are content to throwing feces and bananas at us and we would be like, oh yeah, we'll buy it. But in a perfect world, we would have powerful Linux-based handhelds, which would be more related to the Miyoo Mini and the Anbernic RG35XX H, god damn I hate this name, then to my freaking phone. But right now, almost every Android handheld shares the same DNA as our phones or tablets, and way less with actual quote-unquote dumb devices, which I would argue are actually the true handheld devices. And it depends on you. I'm not making anyone feel bad for their purchases. That's not my intent. I'm just saying, with a lot of honestly heartache, that we don't really have a perfect handheld out there right now. There's no Linux handheld that I know of that genuinely has a lot of performance to it. How awesome would our lives be? Can we even compare it? So, my appeal to you, in case you're one of the many viewers that are big fans of Android handhelds like the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro or the Anbernic RG556, or even the Odin 2, search deep down inside and try to tell me, what does a retro handheld mean to you? Is it something like this? Or Is it something like this, but which is dedicated to retro gaming and that's it? Maybe it's just me, but the fact that they have Android rubs me the wrong way. Granted, there's a lot of advantages to Android, but I also feel like things are not so tightly knit, not so uniform. Thanks for listening to my babbling. I appreciate you a lot for it, and as always, I love you. I swear to God, I'm gonna give you guys kisses until YouTube tells me to stop.